there people, I hope y'all are having a good day. This is Gaming Scientist, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your finishing kills. If you get value out of this video, please like and subscribe. It helps this channel out, and I hope to help you out later with more challenge videos that I upload. But since you came for the finishing moves, let's get into it. So, if you ever tried anything to do with finishing moves, you know that the hardest thing about this challenge is your own teammates. I hate you. Like why? Why? Anyways, your teammates, there's no limit to how toxic they can be whenever they see you going for finishing moves. They will hear it start and then instantly turn around and kill them just so you can't get it. I don't understand it. I'm pretty sure 3 out of 5 times my finishing move got cancelled from my own team instead of the enemy team. The only thing I can tell you to do about that is find a finishing move that is going to be a lot of movement for both you and the enemy, or that one that's just really quick. That way either they don't get the chance to cancel it, or it's hard for them to cancel it because the person is moving so much. So, since hopefully you have a finishing move that is kind of like that, next thing I want to tell you to do is go for Tactical Patrol. Tactical is mainly just because there's going to be less eyes on the map, so it's easier to get behind the enemy. But Patrol is probably the most important part of this. As I play it more and more, it's probably the easiest game mode to get challenges done on. And the reason for that is because it's one objective, then it's not splitting the enemy team like it would in Domination. So there's a cluster of people, and because it's slowly moving around the map and not jumping from place to place like in Hardcore, there's no rotation that people are doing. That people aren't going halfway across the map every couple minutes to get to the new objective. And these two things help you, especially with this challenge, because it helps you know around about where the enemy team is without having a spy plane or something else that would mark them on the map. And that's really important whenever you're trying to get behind them to start the finishing move. Another thing I would tell you to do is go and make your loadout as fast as possible. So either pick a pistol or a melee weapon. And no, whenever I was talking about melee weapon, that does not mean a riot shield. If you thought I meant a riot shield, I believe you have problems and you need to be fixed. But to go along with that, I think depending on which weapon you choose, depends on whether you should play hardcore or regular core. If you choose the pistol, I would suggest hardcore. That way, if you do have to shoot somebody before you get the chance to start the finishing move, it's only going to take 1 or 2 shots and then they're dead. If you're going to use the melee weapons, like I'm doing in these challenge videos because I was also doing the melee kills, but if you're going to use those, I would suggest core. And that's because if they see you before you get the chance to sneak behind them, they're going to start shooting at you, and this gives you a little bit more damage that you can take before dying, and it gives you a little bit more time to get up to them and kill them with your knife. The next tip I have really only works, I think, if you're playing Patrol. Because Patrol, the objective always goes around the outside of the map, on most cases, you can just run straight through the middle to get behind the enemy. That's what I did for most of the time while I was doing this. However, if you can't do that, something else you can do is find a place where a lot of people are passing by and kind of just lay down on the other side of a corner and wait for somebody to pass. But I'll be careful about doing this because a lot of times people run in packs, especially on Patrol or something like an objective game, and so there's going to be probably 1 or 2 people following the first person that passes you, so you might want to wait a second before you just jump up and start chasing the first guy. As far as perks go, I would use Ninja, Tracker, and Lightweight. Ninja is so that people can't sound whore you and hear you coming up behind them. Tracker is a lot easier to chase down people with, because you get to see where they're going and if they duck behind a corner or something like that. And lightweight is just because of going back to you want it to be fast as possible. That's really all the tips that I have for you. So let's recap. Look through your finishing moves to find either a quick one or one that makes both you and the other person move around a lot. That way it's harder for people to cancel the finishing move. Play tactical, that way there's less people on the map, so it's easier to get around the other team. Patrol is a really good game mode, so that you get to know where the other team is, and it helps you get around them by going on the just other side of the map. Use either a pistol or a melee weapon, that way you get to be a little bit faster. If you're going to use a pistol, I would suggest hardcore for that. That way it doesn't take many shots to kill somebody if you have to shoot before you get behind them. And if you're going to use the melee weapon, use core, that way if they see you before you get behind them, you can take more damage and have more time to get up close to them. If you are playing patrol, you can go down the middle, and normally that will be the easiest way to get to the other side of the map without anybody seeing you. But if for whatever reason you can't, just hide behind a corner for a little bit and wait for somebody to pass you. Probably somewhere around the objective, that way you know somebody's going to come that way. And also, I would suggest Ninja, Tracker, and Lightweight as your perks for this challenge. Well, that's all the tips that I have for y'all for completing this challenge. I hope I helped you. If I did, please like and subscribe. It helps me, and I hope to help you later. Hope to see you again.